Creating a riddle scavenger hunt is not only fun, but it is also challenging, especially for those scavenger hunters in your life that love scavenger hunts but want to be challenged. So what I'm going to do is provide you with a few steps on how to create your own. Guys, my name is Chris. I'm the head game coordinator of Cash Hunt, where we've been producing premium scavenger hunts for the past 25 years. But my job here is to show you how you can create your own in just a few easy steps. Now, the key thing that I want you to do is I want you to grab that pen. I want you to grab that notebook, and let's start putting this game together. Now, ultimately, what you want to do is scout the location that you're going to be going and having the scavenger hunt. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big city. It can be in the downtown area of your hometown. But what you need to do is you need to scout the area ahead of time. So grab that notebook and pen and start jotting down historical locations, landmarks, that type of stuff. Because this is the only way it's gonna work for the next step, which will make your life a lot easier. I'm going to use an example of a major city in this case, so this makes a little bit more sense. I'm going to use the city of Chicago. So if you're walking down downtown Chicago and you go to Millennium Park, you will see some landmarks. You will also see some historical significance. I want you to write those locations down. So for the example of Chicago, if you go to Millennium Park, you would see the iconic mirrored bean. If you go in the front part of Navy Pier, right outside the entrance, you will see a statue of Bob Newhart. He is sitting on a couch and there is a sofa next to him. It's basically a tribute to his famous iconic show, The Bob Newhart Show. You can then go to the theater district and see the Chicago Theater, or just a few steps away, so to speak, the Picasso Flamingo. Those are all either landmarks or in the form of historical landmarks. The key thing is once you get that list, you want to go back home, and then I want you to go to ChatGPT and simply ask the following. Write a riddle based along the Picasso Flamingo in downtown Chicago, or the Chicago Theater, or the Bob Newhart statue in front of Navy Pier. You get my drift? And then what ends up happening, they will produce a riddle for you. Now, if you don't like it, you can ask it again. You can even ask it to be like a level of difficulty. Make it an easy riddle or a difficult riddle or whatever you want. I always say kind of keep it in between, okay? And then what ends up happening the day of the event, you have all those locations written down. But here's the thing. They're not going to be item number 1, 50 points, Picasso Flamingo. It is going to be the riddle, and then so on and so forth. And in order to receive the points, well, they got to take a photograph at that location. And you can, depending on how many landmarks you choose, that's what will translate into how many riddles. How long should the game be? Well, if it's a tight radius, like I usually say about a mile radius of your area, depending on how big the city is or how much, how many landmarks that there are, you can make it anywhere between 60 to 90 minutes. If you're in a location which is a lot smaller than a major city, of course, but there are a lot of locations that are small, such as in my hometown of Massachusetts, Salem, Mass., which is iconic for historical as well as pulp culture, as far as the hocus pocus locations, etc. There's a lot of stuff that is packed in one small town that can carry you over 90 minutes, maybe even 2 hours. Ultimately, what the end result is that they are experiencing these locations by doing photo challenges, but the challenge is to figure it out. So that's why the length of it, I think, should be greater than shortening it at all. And then after the game is done, you collect their cell phones, and then ultimately, because you'll know the point total to each one, go through each phone. You should be a quick tabulation, and then you can award your winning team with, if you want to do a joke prize or what have you. Party City has a bunch of those. So guys, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully that helps. Again, this is great for that scavenger hunt individual that loves to be challenged. And as far as the teams, you can make them as big or as small as you want. I always say for a game like this, they should be small teams, no smaller than 2 or 3 and no bigger than 6 players per team. If you want to learn more about how to create a movie set scavenger hunt, just hit this little box over there. So thanks so much, guys, for watching. Always subscribe, like the video, and I'll talk to you soon on the next one. Take care.